Alright, hello everyone and welcome back to my Fallout 4 Mod Spotlight series, where today we are having a look at the Wasteland Melodies Service Rifle mod, which is being released by user Wasteland Melody and the Fallout Cascadia team. And what this glorious little piece of work looks to add into the game is the iconic NCR Service Rifle from Fallout New Vegas, and not only that, but with the right modifications, you can actually turn this service rifle into the assault carbine from Fallout New Vegas as well. So kind of a 2-for-1 deal here, which is wonderful. So what exactly do you get with the service rifle? Well, let's take a look at the inventory and have a gander at the standard service rifle, with which all standard modifications will do 30 damage with the 5.56 ammunition with a firing rate of 50, range of 203, accuracy of 81, and a weight of 7.6. And overall, it is a pretty awesome weapon with some beautiful modeling and very, very nice texturing on it, which I think lovingly reproduce the service rifle from Fallout New Vegas and really make it fit here in Fallout 4. And of course, with all the modifications, you can really make this thing look a lot better. In fact, they actually have sort of an appearance system with this gun, where the better and more, I guess, damaging the various modifications, the gun itself will get cleaner, newer, and more kind of modern-ish looking, where you come to the assault carbine looking pretty much like a modern AR-style gun. And of course, with the modifications as well, you can make some interesting weapons, such as these two that I built earlier. This one, basically turning it into an SMG for close quarters combat, and it is pretty cool. Or of course, going full carbine, where you have sort of a, I guess, medium to long range sniping weapon there. Very, very fun indeed. So let's take a look at what modifications we do have. Though, I almost forgot here, I probably should tell you how you get your hands on these. It has been added into the leveled loot list, and you will start seeing them on enemies such as raiders and gunners all over the Commonwealth from pretty early on. There was no actual level number stated on the mod page, but I went in with a character that was level 5 and I actually saw them on a gunner, so pretty early on. But yes, raiders, gunners, and the like, and you should also find them in some stores as well. So, now on to the modifications here, and actually, I'm going to switch over to one of the other guns because, well, this gun, like some of the others that we have looked at, has some systems in it where certain parts will unlock certain other modifications that you can add. So we're going to look at this one where we should be able to look at all the modifications at once without confusing the poor little weapons workbench here. So let us take a look at first, of course, our receivers, where we have a pretty standard list of them at the beginning, where we have standard, which is a semi-auto receiver, to automatic, hardened, automatic, powerful, etc., until we get up to here where we actually have the SMG receiver, which is, of course, fully automatic, and changes it to 10mm ammunition. We then move back to the 5.56 with the marksman carbine, but then have the commando, and finally 308 receiver, which is the highest damaging receiver of all of them, doing 94 with the 308 ammo. So quite cool that we do have that. And you'll also notice, once we get past the SMG receiver, you lose this little bit up here. As you can see, the whole body kind of changes a bit. Even the iron sight kind of changes style, as you can see there. And then we actually lose that top bit when you get to Marksman, Commando, and 308. So it's just a flat surfaced receiver there, which is pretty interesting. Now next we move on to the barrels, where we have the standard service barrel, a short version of it, a carbine, a short carbine, a rifleman barrel, dissipator barrel, breacher barrel, and that is it for that list. So a pretty good selection of barrels here for whatever you are looking for. We then have the various stocks, where we have a no stock, which is kind of weird looking, but then rifle, carbine, a different kind of carbine, and a carbine collapsed version, which are grayed out right now because I currently have this one attached. And if we actually switch over to, say, none, they unlock because you actually need this particular carbine stock in your inventory to then build one of these two, which is pretty interesting. I kind of like that you need one of these to then build the other, but I'm actually just going to reattach that one there. And then, of course, we go down to lightweight and finally infantry. Now, then in the magazine category, we have a standard, a carbine, fast carbine, and finally coupled magazine to improve the ammo capacity. Always good. We then have the barrel or the muzzle attachments here, where we either have none, a flash hider, muzzle brake, moderator, or suppressor. Always good. And then we come to one of the rails, the universal bits here. Now, this particular one depends on which barrel you go for, as there's an attachment point right here on the end of the barrel, and some of them have it, some of them don't. And with this particular one, having it of course, we can install either no accessory, a weapon light, a laser sight, or a laser/flashlight unit on the front. So you do have those options. We then have our scopes up top, where we have either no scope, where you just get iron sights, a reflex, military reflex, or a tactical one there. And technically this one doesn't have iron sights because, again, this is that flat receiver. If we did have, say, one of these more standard receivers up at the top, we actually would have iron sights up here. So again, just some sort of the differences between the different receivers, etc. Now, moving on, oh no, actually that is the end of the list. That is the end of the list. I thought we had one more down here, but no, we end with the scopes. Now let's just actually quickly go to the service rifle here real quick to make sure I didn't miss any other things. Yeah, no, that looks like it all should be good. We should have gotten through everything. So, let us actually go and take a look at these guns firing. And they do, of course, have a custom animation, custom sounds, etc. So let's start, of course, with the normal service rifle, which does have that top bit, which I do not know the name of what that top bit of a receiver is supposed to be called, but this one does have those iron sights there rather than nothing. And I'll be quiet for a second while we take some shots. And there we go. This one, of course, with the standard, is a semi-automatic receiver, so not the fastest firing thing ever, but you know what? It's got good control and very, very good accuracy, especially when down sight. Very nice. I do enjoy it. Now let's look at the our little SMG version, which does lose a bit of damage switching down to the 10mm, but it's fun. So you can see that with this particular version, we do have that military hollow sight up top, and there we go! Unloaded entire magazine of 32, and we are good to go with our little SMG version here. Very fun. I actually really do like this thing. I wish I could change out the magazines on it, but unfortunately, unlike the full-size service rifle, you can't really seem to change the magazine on this, but overall, still a good gun. And finally, a scoped advanced one here, where of course we do have the nice sort of sniper scope there, and of course very accurate with it. And there we go. Again, this version here being semi-automatic, but overall very cool. And of course, having the flashlight right out front and the laser sight, which if you look really, really close, you can kind of see on Dogmeat's chin. There we are. So, do you know what that means? We're at that point in the episode now where we have to go and destroy our friends over here. Which, I mean, they kind of expect it by now, I would think. So let us, of course, go after poor Will first and get a good shot on him. Oh, there we go. Caught him in the neck, but hey, it worked there with 2 shots, one of which to the neck, one to the hindquarter. We were able to take him down. If I would have got him straight on in the head, we might have been okay. Oh, is that Randy? Randy is pretty far. You know what? Let's switch to the tactical converted one for that and just charge at him full auto. I think that should be fun. Let us go and do that. Randy! Don't run away, please. I need you to stay where you are. If not, I'm just gonna have to unload. There we go. So just about 10 rounds does the job with a Radstag. So for any, you know, lower level raiders, etc., you shouldn't have too hard of a time. But yes, that is the Wasteland Melodies Service Rifle mod, a very cool addition to the game. I do always love getting weapons from previous Fallout games added into Fallout 4, as it just makes me happy, and I was always a fan of the service rifle in Fallout 4, because you guys, if you've watched enough of my videos, you know me. I'm not a big fan of modern day weaponry in the Fallout franchise, just for myself, because I play Fallout for weird guns. So having something like the service rifle is kind of a bridge between, you know, weirdness and modern, which, you know, I'm cool with that. I do like that. So, yeah, if you'd like to check this out for yourself, you can take a look at the link in the description as per usual. But that is it for today, folks. I hope you have enjoyed and that you do come back for the next episode when hopefully we'll be looking at yet another wonderful mod. But until that time, thank you for watching, and as always, have a good one.